and our leaders demand secrecy.
What is it you do here?
The natives, our role is sensitive, and our location obviously cannot be revealed to the whole.
I see the reason for this kind of training. The Bridge Alliance would be particularly interested in soldiers like... And yet I'd never heard of this elite squadron.
We're still in the early stages of the program. We don't want to rush things, and our leaders demand secrecy. Orders are orders.
Actually, we found out about this camp while we were looking for someone.
A kid I recruited.
Oh. I didn't know he was one of... My condolences. I was told he died in an...
Don't insult my intelligence, Rob.
All right. Since you're here, I guess there's no... The accident occurred during a maneuver. It's regrettable.
We've taken up enough of your time, Captain.
I agree, and
I'd like to question your lieutenant instructors, if you don't mind. To ask...
You've become a real sap. Fine. But try not to disrupt the day's schedule too.
I'm sorry. I couldn't contain my...
I noticed. Good thing you...
Lieutenant!
Respect.
Here is my friend, the legate of the merchant.
At your orders.
How did you become an instructor?
I have led numerous squadrons before, and I've trained hundreds of recruits on the I worked with Captain Rolfe in the past, and when I arrived on the island, he...
That's very impressive, and I expect that you're familiar with the natives' environment.
Yes, of course.
What kind of training do your men
I
have?
can't go into details, but they learn discipline, and to outdo themselves.
You mean to blindly follow orders?
But No, Captain. We all...
What kind of
I can't go...
You mean to blindly follow orders?
But No, Cap. We also teach them to analyze situations, so that they know when to act to avoid risking their life.
How do the various squadrons in this camp...
The recruits I train are intended to carry out more...
Really?
I teach them how to blend into the background,
That's strange. These skills are normally associated with assassins, rather...
These skills are always useful, regardless of the enemy or the setting.
Kurt, don't you think that someone this talented fits what we're looking for? You see, we need to find someone who can replace Kurt to oversee my cousin's security.
Your cousin is a governor of New Serene, I've heard. It's a prestigious position. I don't doubt my abilities, but an offer like this, made so suddenly, must have a price.
We can't hide anything from you.
We're trying to find out what happened to Rayner, a recruit who trained here.
That name doesn't sound familiar. He must have been in the Shadow Squadron.
The other lieutenant's squadron.
Yes. I'm sorry. Haven't been much use to you. Did something happen to him?
He died. His body was thrown into the harbor to make it look like he drowned.
I guess it was one of your recruits. My condolences, Captain.
We'll question some of your soldiers.
At your orders, but please be quick.
Hello, soldier.
We need information. Your instructor or...
Of course, sire.
How would you describe your training? Do you train outside the camp much? Really? Yet we've been told that your unit's specialized in actions over...
Yes, I think so.
Problems remembering things, soldier?
No, Captain.
What's it like in your squadron?
Very good. The Phantom Squadron is made up only of...
Do you trust your comrades?
We're like 5 fingers on one hand, sire. I would trust them with...
You've sure got the military spirit.
Yes, Captain.
We've learned that a recruit died in an accident during...
No. Of course not.
That's strange. I was told that this recruit was very talented.
If you don't mind, I'd like to get back to my...
He seems afraid that an accident might befall...
No. It's not that. I just don't want to fall behind schedule.
Very well.
Excellence.
These kids are scared to death.
Yes.
Soldier! At ease, soldier.
We'd like to learn more about your training.
I have nothing to say about it, sir.
Really? Go on, it's not a difficult question.
What? Is this a test, Captain?
No. It's not a test.
Well, training is difficult, but we can't...
That's an interesting... You're very united in this squadron. At least, that's what I've been told.
United. You could say that.
That's rather sinister. Does the name Rainer sound familiar?
Yeah. Well, no.
You seem rather hesitant. Afraid of being reprimanded by your...
No. Well, not at all. It's just, and we're lucky to have the Lieutenant as our instructor, Captain.
We should leave this soldier to...
Your name, soldier.
Wilhelm. First-class recruit Wilhelm. Spectre...
Keep it up, Wilhelm.
This recruit, Wilhelm, in spite of himself, led on more than the other.
His resentment is clear. But he won't divulge anything as long as his instructors are nearby.
Lieutenant, my friend here would like to learn more...
At your orders, Captain.
Can you tell us about your squad?
The recruits who come here are the best. And in my squadron, I don't know what else to tell you. They're disciplined, rigorous, and exactly what you'd expect from the best soldiers.
What kind of training?
Combat in natural settings.
I'm very curious about how you train it.
Now, these are complex, secret maneuvers.
That's a pity. It would definitely be instructive.
I heard the recruit Rainer trained here. What can you tell me about it?
Oh, he was a good one.
So we've heard. Your captain told us he died during a maneuver. Can you tell us more?
The training we do outside can be dangerous. Unfortunately, Rainer fell to his death in a ravine.
He fell.
During a simulated ambush. I know, it's not glorious, but it happens. I'd like to get back to work now, if you'll allow it, Captain.
Go on. We're gonna go talk to some of your recruits.
I hope that it won't take too long.
We'll be quick.
The story about training against magic is a lie. This lieutenant has no idea what he's talking about.
So what could they be training recruits for here, then?
Soldier, at ease.
Me?
You seem concerned about your comrades. You keep...
No, not at all.
Are you afraid of what they might think of you?
Absolutely not, Captain. We are all of one mind in this squad.
You look exhausted. It's true.
It's difficult at first, but you get through it.
Haven't you ever wanted to stop? You've never...
I'm not a coward, nor a weakling. The strength of the shadow.
What is that?
Our squadrons, Captain.
Since this is such a close-knit squadron, you must have known...
Yes, of course. But he's not part of the squadron any longer.
Really?
Rainer left the squadron because he was sent on a mission. There's nothing more.
Sorry, mate, but that's not what happened.
I don't know anything more.
Thank you.
Thank you, sire.
Lieutenants, report.
Captain?
Could you give us a few minutes and take us around the site? I've never been here before, and I'm curious to see what goes on.
I'm not sure if we can, Captain.
We are on duty, Captain.
Right, Lieutenant. Let's go. Are you coming with us?
No, thank you. I'd rather stay here. Take in some fresh air.
As you like. In that case, see...
Wilhelm, we need to talk. And don't worry, Kurt will make sure you're superior.
Why are you doing this?
We didn't think you'd say anything as long as she was here.
If you noticed, others will have too. They'll make...
Even more reason to talk. If we had proof, we can take action. And...
Very well. What would you...
What's really going on here? We know that Rainer didn't die in an accident.
This is supposed to be a training camp for the Guard's elite. Only the most talented recruits are allowed to join. This is an immense honor, an extraordinary chance. That's what we're told every day. But in reality, it's just hell.
Tell me about the training you undergo.
It's more torture than anything else. We're constantly beaten and humiliated, and the slightest complaint only leads to more blows. They even push us to police one another, so we don't dare talk. Whatever the orders, we put our heads down, grit our teeth, and obey.
All they leave you with is your survival instinct. Obey or die. It's inhuman.
I heard them tell you about the specialist training against the natives in hostile environments. But what they teach us would be more useful for assassins.
As for Raynor, do you know what happened?
Yes. One day he just couldn't stand it any longer. He disobeyed orders, he fought back, and people got hurt. They summoned him for night training.
What does that entail?
It doesn't have much to do with real training. They call us up for it at the last minute. The weakest serve as punching bags for the others, who are encouraged to beat them. If we refuse, we too become the targets. So if you're looking to punish Raynor's murderer, you can start with me. We all have his blood on our hands.
Thank you for telling us all of this.
I hope you can do something. Have this camp closed. Otherwise,
We understand the risk you've taken. We won't...
Thank you. Really. That was truly fascinating.
Captain,
I've seen everything I needed to see. You can leave us.
Yes, Captain.
Shall we go? Greenblood, my friend. Do you need something?
I must leave you. Good. Willem has spoken.
What did he tell you?
He said the recruits go through hell. They're humiliated, spy on each other, get bullied. It's essentially torture. Raynor wouldn't stand for these methods. He rebelled and was summoned for night training.
Are you sure he used that term?
Yes, but he told me it's not really training. That recruits are summoned.
And the others beat them. Sometimes to death. I know.
You knew about this kind of training?
Yeah. I thought it was a thing of the past. What a monster. How dare he?
I'm so sorry. I'm lost for words. Tell me, did you learn anything new?
I scouted out the site. There's two parts of the barracks we should look at more closely. Rolf's quarters and the basement, which they refused to open for me.
We can't just barge in and hope they give up. What's your plan?
Let's wait for nightfall. We'll sneak into the camp unseen, search the barracks, the private quarters, and then the basement.
We might also try to find out where this night training takes place.
Yes. I wouldn't want other young recruits to lose their lives tonight. Especially Wilhelm. Let's find Rolf's office. He surely has the key to the basement.
This letter is disturbing, Kurt. It confirms that several deaths have been disguised in order to keep this camp secret. But it says that the recruits trained here have been assigned to governors from different cities. And yet I'm sure that Constantine knows nothing about these elite units. The conclusion of the letter also confirms that the commander is pleased with what's been going on here.
So Torsten knew.
So it seems. Including about the deaths.
He's gone too far. He dishonors us all. Sieglinder was right.
This room. What could have happened in here?
I know this smell only too well. Fear, blood, death.
And to think I complained about the Nords' training practices, but this is horrific, Kurt.
This document explains a lot. They torture the soldiers to break them. Rayner shows up on this list more than once. He gave them a lot of problems.
Those who resist too much are lynched during night training. Rolf, you'll pay for this.
Kurt, Wilhelm's name was added to tonight's training.
The boy will pay the ultimate price for having helped us.
We can't let them kill him. We must stop this training immediately.
The risk is that Rolf will ambush us.
If this boy dies because of us, I will never forgive myself. I refuse to let these recruits pay for the bastards who manipulate them. Let's avoid spilling blood in.
You're a good captain, Kurt, but I hope you understand that they won't hold back on us.
They're just kids. There has to be a way to reason with them.
We'll do what we can, Kurt. I can't promise anything more. It's blocked. It's blocked.
my blade, and let's go! Bit of poison on my blade, and let's go! Come on, I'll teach you how to dance. Let's see if you can ward off this fate. Come on, I'll teach you how to dance. Come on, I'll teach you how to dance. Move away. Things are about to get dicey.
Kurt, you're so predictable.
I knew you were a bastard, but I didn't think you'd be part of this disgrace.
Have fun, soldiers! The traitors must die!
Stop! Soldiers, are you really going to obey these scoundrels? Do I need to remind you of the Guard's motto? Where is your honor?
I won't repeat myself, recruits. Execute these traitors!
Soldiers, listen to your captain. You are the victims of these monsters, and we are here to save you. We surrendered without resistance, to avoid a fight, and to spare your lives.
Well, what do you want us to do? We have orders, and we know what will happen to us if we don't obey.
Enough! To arms! Attack!
Put your weapons down and no one will get hurt.
Really? What do you think will happen when High Command learns about this? You'll be considered traitors and deserters.
Death is all that awaits us.
Must I remind you what happened to Raynor?
And however many others perished to fuel the ambitions of this camp's leader.
Is this what you were promised when you were recruited?
Maybe not. But this is how one becomes an elite soldier. The best!
Exactly. And no
Attack!
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this fate! Move away! Things are about to get dicey! Let's see if you can ward off this fate!
You're finally here.
Sorry, Captain. The boy resisted longer than planned.
I hope your troops are ready for a real fight. They just crushed your comrades.
Captain Kurt and these courtiers just decimated a whole squadron.
Don't underestimate them. They were able to beat us.
Shut up. Your troops were weak and you're the only one responsible.
What have you done with Wilhelm?
He received the punishment for traitors and insurgents, like Raynor before him.
Kurt, I'm terribly
Saved him first. Where...
Don't blame the wrong people, soldier. Those that slaughtered him stand...
You're right.
Recruits!
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go!
Will you be all right, Kurt?
What a waste. I can't believe these orders came from the top.
What do you want us to do?
I'll need backup if I really want to put an end to all of this. We must go see Major Sieglinder in New Serene. I need to tell her what was going on.
Are you sure she wasn't involved?
Her? Never. She already held the commander at a distance because she didn't like the direction the Guard was headed. He would have sacked her, or worse, if she didn't have so much support within the Guard. I should have listened to her.
There's no use brooding over the past.
Sieglinder, I need to talk to you.
What's the matter, Kurt?
We've just returned from a training camp. A secret camp, where elite soldiers are trained through terror, humiliation, and torture.
Don't tell me that.
Yes. One of my recruits died, and he wasn't the only one. It is designed to create a regiment of assassins.
I am sorry, Kurt. I knew something was wrong, but I never would have thought it'd go...
We put an end to it all. We had to. But Torsten...
I told you that the commander's ambition would end up leading us astray from the ideals of the and that we would pay the price for...
Yes. At the time, I told you you were exaggerating. That he had his reasons.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to speak out, Sieglinder. And reveal the commander's project to the governor of the congregation.
If I were as close to him and his family as you are, I would have done so a lot...
I know. I feel so stupid for not having understood Torsten's scheme until...
You've always been a loyal person, Kurt. And too many loyalties are sometimes hard to reconcile. But Torsten betrayed us all. I'm counting on you to...
Believe me, he won't get away with it.
Goodbye, Kurt.
Ah, my child, I'm happy. I've known the Mother Cardinal for quite some time. She is a formidable woman. I fear that your cousin might be a little defenseless when...
What do you have in mind?
Diplomacy is not only a matter of formal encounters, and if we had the means...
How could we ever find any...
Everyone has nasty little secrets, my child. It's our task to discover.
It is a very good idea. But alas, I have other problems to resolve.
I understand.
I'll see you later.
Take care.
Things are about to... Poison on my blade. Then let's go! Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
You are from the continent, are you not? You are different than the...
Indeed. I am from the congregation. To whom do I have the privilege?
Sister Ephesia. The Mother Cardinal has tasked me to investigate the act...
She also sent me here.
What excellent news. You cannot imagine how might I help.
Have you been here for a long time?
Since the beginning of my investigation, although it feels I'm not particular...
I see.
Anything else?
How has your mission fared up until now?
Not very well, I'm afraid. Their chief and their priest, their behavior... But as soon as there is a head, perhaps you should talk to them. Anything else?
That will be all.
Bertir Tumad. Honor, what do you see?
Do you know anything about a demon that would be...
It is not the lack of an enemy.
Can you tell me something about...
We believe our strength is drawn from that and that which any...
Concerning this story about...
Enough! Enough questions. I have not...
Good day. Are you...
Bertir,
I would like to ask you...
the people of your island are constantly asking questions, yet reject any answers. Questions have no value when one already claims to...
But...
It is your case. You believe you know the answer. Answer your own question.
That is not what I...
Qua awelem say.
Can't you leave us alone?
Traitor. An Anolmenawi does not wear the dress of the strangers.
Leave me be! Even your thoughts are loud and break my peace!
Bertir to Madrenaikse.
Good day. Could you answer a few questions?
Questions. Let us play a game. If you answer my question...
If it's the only way to get answers, then...
I am pleased. We will have fun. What name is given the place from where you...
I come from Serene, a grand city on the continent...
Really? It is possible that you come from there, but I believe that this is not your land. Your turn.
This is a delicate question, but would you know any...
A demon? I think that is what the bright and shiny mind shakers call. There are spirits everywhere. In you and in us, in each tree. There is not only one. Let's try something. Are you on Olmenawi with your land? Or did you inherit your link from your parents?
I'm not bound. Or at least I haven't done anything in particular to bind myself.
Then it was your parents. One of them at least must have been Donegat. Your turn.
Could you tell me more about your beliefs?
What a strange question. I don't believe. I know. Every rev. In exchange, we do It was fun.
Birtir to Mad.
What can you tell me about
our rituals? I am not a Dene. Why you bother go and bought?
Tell me about the missionaries that...
When they came, they spoke about their bride, said that these men... She sniffed. I was told she must be careful.
You're different from...
Different?
Well, for one, you answer me when I speak.
You others. When we don't answer you, you start digging for... I am a gatherer. I hunt a little. I do...
What can you tell me about...
The beliefs? Our beliefs. We believe in the rain that in the beast. I do not know...
This question will seem strange to you, but... A dark spirit, if you...
No. There is no such thing as dark spirits.
I must leave now. Anything new?
No. The investigation. Perhaps you should talk to them.
I managed to exchange a few words with some villagers.
And did they tell you anything?
I know little more about their beliefs. They worship nature and do not intend to change. It is certainly different from the luminous faith, but it's hardly demonic worship. Yet, there's something strange about this. One of the villagers that spoke with me seemed truly worried.
I think I know of whom you speak. A man always looking over his... He often sneaks out of the village like a thief. I attempted to follow him, but he always eludes. I tried to get into his hut to see if he was hiding anything. But
then we should give it a try.
That fellow was really nervous. Perhaps we should try and search his house to see what he's hiding.
He doesn't look inclined to let us in. We'll have to distract him.
I'm sure this young lady could help us. She appears to be playful and to love pranks. Or we could just break some of these pots. That'd keep him busy.
I can pretend to be clumsy, but we'll have to work fast, and it will only work once. This altar is incredibly morbid. I wonder what sort of spirit could be venerated in this way. This painting is frightening, evoking war, a massacre, a bloodbath under the likeness of a grimacing face.
I wouldn't like to cross paths in a dark alleyway with someone wearing a mask like that. I do not believe in all those demon stories, but all these horrors do make you think.
We should go tell Sister Ephesia about it. She will have some advice for us. Did you learn anything?
No, nothing more.
I was able to sneak into the hut of...
And what did you discover?
Some troubling things. A ritual mask, a rather morbid altar, and a fresco depicting a man...
By the Enlightened. To think these unholy things were so... Finally, the proof we need that there's a blood-worshipping cult here. They cannot perform their heinous pagan rituals in the village, and I'm certain that it's where our nervous friend sneaks off to. I fail to find where he goes. But you...
I shall try.
Thank you for your help.
We should wait until nightfall and follow him. Here we could hide and wait. We would be able to see where this sleepless boy goes during nightfall.
Wake up, Greenblood. He's here.
Where could our man have gone?
These roots are blocking the way. Perhaps he went through there. Be careful. Is everything okay? You started wobbling all of a sudden.
I had a sort of flash vision. Just for an instant, I was a tree in a storm.
What exactly did you see? Perhaps these images will help us find an entrance into the sanctuary.
I was this tree, and my branches were shaken by a storm so strongly that they hurt terribly. The heavens caught fire several times, and I felt the lightning strike and pierced me through and through. Sinister warmth took hold of my entire body, and life left me. All was calm, and I had a taste of... In spite of this, I continued to feel, and at the very heart of my being, I felt the sap begin to flow again. Then the vision dissipated. This stone bears the image of a storm. Or perhaps the drawing on this stone represents lightning. Here this looks like a snowflake. This stone is blackened. This stone has an image of the moon. On this stone, the sun is visible. This drawing looks like an infant. Could it... The drawing on this stone makes me think of fire. I'm certain. The drawing on this stone resembles a symbol that must represent the... This stone is adorned with the etching of a drop of water. The drawing on this stone makes me think of I must have lit the candles in the wrong order.
A bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this fate!
Could you tell us again what you saw when you touched that tree?
I was this tree. I must have lit the candles in the wrong order.
A bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
I must have lit the candles in the wrong order.
A bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this feint!
This stone has an image of the moon. I must have lit the candles in the wrong order.
A bit of poison on my blade. And let's
The drawing on this stone makes me think of fire. I'm certain.
Could you tell us again what you saw when you touched that tree?
I was this tree, and my branches were shaken by a storm so strongly that they hurt terribly. The heavens caught fire several times, and I felt the lightning strike and pierced me through and through. A sinister warmth took hold of my entire body in an instant, and flames began to devour me. Life left me. All was calm, and I had a taste of cinder in my mouth. In spite of this, I continued to feel. And the rain began to fall on my roots, and at the very heart of my being, I felt the sap begin to flow again. A shoot appeared on my darkened roots. Then the vision dissipated. I have never experienced anything like it before. Here this looks like a snowflake. The snow, or maybe ice. This stone bears the image of a storm, or perhaps the wind. The drawing on this stone I must have lit the candles in the wrong order.
A bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this feint!
Evidently, I shouldn't have lit this candle.
A bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this.
Evidently, I shouldn't have lit this candle.
Bit of poison on my blade. Let's go!
Evidently, I shouldn't have lit this candle.
A bit of poison on my blade. And let's go!